When it comes to this whole entire Jackson, Mississippi thing, I see what's coming. So I'm not a historian by any means, but when it comes to this whole entire Jackson, Mississippi thing, I see what's coming. I see what's coming because you test something in a smaller, more conservative area first, and then it gets rolled out to everywhere else. In Florida, banning AP courses. Uh, Now Mississippi, the Jim Crow laws in Jackson, and I believe in Texas they're talking about getting rid of the word racism. I want to say, all of which are concerning. And if you don't understand why it's concerning, let me try to explain the best I can. You're trying to take away the experience, the strife and the hardship of the Black American. And that's pretty interesting because any other minority group doesn't have this issue right now. Again, it always gets tested on Black people first before it's rolled out anywhere else. And this is another example. I always said that a lot of the LGBTQ people wouldn't have their rights, nor women wouldn't have their rights if it didn't come to Black people first fighting and dying for it. So if you see this happening to Black people, all this stuff going around, and you don't think those other groups aren't next, I find that very interesting for them. And another thing I see is coming to this whole entire Jackson, Mississippi thing, I see some Black people that are scared, worried, and concerned, and I can understand so. I see some that say, hey, we're not our ancestors, so we're going to do what we need to do. But what I would love to have seen is a call to action or a resurrection of the Black Panther Party or the gangs of that area to unite, to like realize that, hey, we're not each other enemies, we're each other brothers, and we're gonna have to watch out for, let's be real here, we gotta watch out for the white people. You know, I live in Florida, right? And when it comes to that, I like going to New Orleans. I love to go to New Orleans as much as I can. And typically I would drive. It's not that far of a drive for me. Get to see a lot of country roads and forests and everything else along the way. And now is one of those things that I feel like if I ever do want to go to New Orleans, I need to fly there. Because I'm not going to take any chances driving through Mississippi. I'm not going to lie. Anytime I would go from Florida to Alabama to Mississippi, I was always on edge until I got to Louisiana. Even then I was a little bit kind of concerned, but not as concerned as Mississippi because of Mississippi history. So the Civil Rights Act happened in 1964, and the Voting Rights Act, I want to say, happened in 1965, somewhere around that time frame. Again, I may be a little off on the dates. So you mean less than 100 years. So my grandmother was alive during that time. Is alive. She still is alive. So she would have seen, if she lived in Mississippi, she would have seen those things happen from the time of the pretty much Jim Crow being taken away. Granted, you could argue that it never left because of the 13th Amendment and everything else. But ideally, you could say that she could have saw Jim Crow go away and come back in her lifetime. Because it's been less than 100 years. If that's not the craziest stuff you ever heard before in your life, I don't know what is. So what can we do? What is the solution? I don't know. I'm just kind of dumbfounded a little bit, and it kind of makes me curious. Is Jim Crow equals segregation? Is segregation going to come back? Now I know there's redlining and everything else, but I mean, is it going to hardcore come back to the point to where if you're seeing in this particular area, You need to run, hide, or die. I don't know. It's just interesting. We're in 2023, and so many other groups are making so much progress going forward. But when it comes to black people, we're always trying to be smacked back down. And nobody cares. And a lot of these people that are making these laws and everything else, I guarantee you, they have a black mistress. They're closeted gay. They have some type of they have some type of fetish that they don't want public, but yet they work so hard against it. It's kind of like the whole entire, when you hear a lot of Republican governors be so for canceling abortion, but yet they pay for multiple abortions with other people. Anyways, tell me what you think. What is the solution in this situation? If you are in Jackson, Mississippi, how worried are you about this? I want to hear about your experiences right now since this law has passed. Has anything changed right away? I really am curious. And should I just avoid Mississippi altogether this fly when it comes to me trying to go to New Orleans? Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. My name is Anthony. Thank you for watching.